so right now.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
So let's do the countdown.
Okay.
10, 9,
Nine,
8,
eight,
7,
seven,
6,
six,
5,
five,
4,
four,
3,
three,
2,
two, one.
1. Start.
Okay. All right. Do you just want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. This is the Jake and Brendan show, where we show and tell. I'm not Brendan.
And I am not Jake.
Yeah. All right. Let's start.
Jake and Brendan show and tell.
Yeah.
So you sent me a bunch of pictures here on Google.
I did. So some of them are silly. I want you to start with the Pika Pika because I just want you to look at that real fast.
Okay.
I don't remember where I picked it from, but I found it somewhere on the internet, and it's just good. It's just good.
He looks very smug and accomplished.
He is much like I am with what I'm about to show you. I'm gonna start with I drew some Spider-Man doodles a while back when I watched Into the Spider-Verse. So these are just some simple like postcard styles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that the Lego Doodles?
not the Lego doodles. No, I think we'll start with the Spider-Man ones.
Okay. Spider-Verse?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So there should be three of them.
All right. Right now I'm looking at the red eyes.
Yeah. So I
I
drew
like that.
one. Oh, go ahead.
I like that splatter effect.
Yeah, it's just a spray paint effect.
That's cool.
I played around with a lot of textures, more so than I usually do.
So yeah, tell me about these three Spider-Man
Yeah,
guys
so I'll
here.
start with the Miles Morales one, the Spider-Man, um, of the main character of Into the Spider-Verse. Did I did this one last actually. Um, I went for because the character is really into spray paint and that kind of urban style, so I replicated it using the basic spray paint doodles, not doodles, the spray paint tools they have in Procreate. And it was a lot of fun. I don't do graffiti art and I don't spray paint a lot, but I had a lot of fun working on it. It's a little outside my wheelhouse, but Spider-Man eyes are not, so it was kind of a good blend of the two.
I like the idea of you hanging down at like 1 in the morning off of a bridge and like spray painting graffiti onto a bridge with Spider-Man art.
Well, yeah, that's how I got in character. I opened up the Procreate in my house on my couch in my PJs, and I was like, all right, I can't handle that. So I went and put on my spider suit and went to the Brooklyn Bridge, and just did some tagging, as the kids say these days. Just some tags. And once I was confident enough, then I was all right. I'll do the real thing on my digital program on my digital application.
It's kind of cheating tagging something that can't chase you.
Exact. it it is, but hey, you know what? You got to use those max strats to your advantage.
That's how you win at tag.
That's how you win a tag. Pro tip,
Fi-
life tip.
Find someone who can't move.
All right. So then the next one, the middle one, the Gwen Stacy. That one I used a half. It was just a halftone, which is like it's just a halftone tool. There's not a lot to say about it. Just that kind of dot look that's in comics a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird tool to use because of the way the brush works. Like on the edge, you can see where it starts get more dotty. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but if you, because I like to sketch and sketch and sketch like over and over again. With a halftone, you can only do basically once, or it'll look purple, or it'll just all blend together, and you won't see the dot effect.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, this one, like the way it looks, I like it, but the way I formatted it, like the edge of her hood cuts off in the middle, which I kind of like, but I'm like, I don't know if it would look better if it was stretched all the way to the screen. But if I stretched it out, it would kind of like get all pixely, so I can't really do that. So I'd have to redo it if I wanted it to not have the barrage. What do you think? I'm curious on your opinion of it.
Um, you mentioned a hood in in the image I have that just like there's no top part.
Yeah, you're looking at the white and purple one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that's what I'm getting at. It's
Oh, you
the
like wanted like a hood part of it?
yeah. Well, so I only wanted to do half of it because it was kind of a stylistic uh depiction of her hood, of her hoodie,
Oh, I
because you
see.
can see
I
the blue spider webs.
Right. I think if you had the that blue spider webs on the right side,
Yeah.
it might communicate the hood more.
Okay. Maybe I'll try that.
Yeah. But I really
Hmm.
like that effect. That's kind of cool.
It is a cool effect. I do like it with one side, but it is like unless you know what it's supposed to be, it is like hard to like visualize it.
Yeah. I've actually been just today actually I was looking into potentially maybe jumping into the massive and intimidating world of comics, particularly specifically Spider-Man.
Yeah.
uh, but it is really hard to like find out where to start or like find collections of the Spider-Man comics to jump
Oh yeah,
into.
it's hard to know where to start if you don't know to start. Maybe another time I'll pull out some of my top picks as like good starting points. Uh,
Okay.
I like reading a lot of comics. I haven't read recently because all the comic book stores in town are either non-existent or not fun to go to. So I haven't really been.
I I just imagine like you walk into this comic book store and this guy is just like drinking a beer and he's just staring at you like he really doesn't want you to be there,
Yeah.
and like all the employees look really uncomfortable and you just like don't want to be in there at all.
That's not the experience I had, but that's not entirely untrue of most comic book shop experiences either. Like that's not
Mm.
very far off the ball, if I can be honest. It's pretty accurate. But yeah, to get on a little tangent, I pick a lot of oddball comics to read. Like I think some of my favorites that I've been like percolating on are Howard the Duck, which is excellent, and oh my gosh, uh, Gwenpool. That series is really good. It's like a Deadpool uh, with there's a whole thing about it. I'll go into it another time. And then
Okay.
there's a run of Hawkeye that's actually really good by Matt Fraction. It's a super solid run. It's a really weird take on the character. It's basically the entire series is him when he's not superheroing. Like that's the concept. It's just him on
Oh,
his like downtime.
wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting and it's like goes deep into like him as a character. He's kind of like just a dude and he's really struggling. He doesn't have any superpowers. He's not super rich. He's not really good at anything except shooting things. He's trying to like stick out for the little guy, but he just keeps messing up. It's a really good series. And then really quick, the last one I'll touch on is the my last Spider-Man, the first one I did of the series, which I used a marker brush. I believe it's called Abby's marker brush. I don't know who Abby is, but she makes a good marker brush. I found it
Yeah,
online.
I like her brush.
Yeah, it's a good brush. I would recommend it. I'll find a link and hopefully send it so people who like this particular one can use that brush. But yeah, it's just a basic marker brush. I did a underline. It's just a Spider-Man mask. I draw Spider-Man masks all the time. Nothing much to say about that. It's what
Well, I
kind of
like it.
inspired the series.
I like it.
Yeah.
Should set up a gallery.
Yeah, well, so yeah, the idea is because the movie is about like these clashing of universes where like they're all visually different styles.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got Spider-Man Noir who's black and white. You got Spider-Ham who's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. So I was like, all right, well, I'll try doing the basic Spider-Man mask, but in the styles of their respective like owners. Like Spider-Man, I'll do basic Spider-Man. Gwen, I'll do like that kind of really bright kind of purple and pink kind of style with the half tones that the comics use, and then the Miles Morales is spray paint.
They turned out good.
Thank you. Yep.